Okay. Put on some calmer music. Oh. Ah, shoot, my tracking. The stupid cable! Gosh dang it. I need to replace my cable. Oh, there we go. There we go. Now it's working. Oh my goodness, that took way longer than I expected to set up. Oh my goodness. There we go. Welcome on in, everybody that's here. So sorry that took so long to set up. I need to replace my USB cable for my iPhone because apparently it's crappy. That or my iPhone port is bad, and I don't know which it is, and I hope it's not the latter. Yeah, which I guess I could do non-wired tracking, but then it has its own issues. But yeah, welcome on in. So I'm tonight gonna be, oh man, I meant to start 2 hours ago, but yeah, tonight I'm just gonna be chatting about my experiences with Offkai. Sapphire, welcome on in. So nice to meet you. But welcome on in. Hopefully you're doing well. Let's see. What's that? Yeah, I meant to start a lot earlier, but I had stream problems. There we go, and I remade that post because that took way longer than I meant it to. But yeah, so Offkai for me was a great experience. I don't know. So yeah, I had a great time at Offkai. So I guess I'm just kind of be talking about my experiences with Offkai and how I enjoyed it. Just kind of some of my thoughts on Offkai as a whole. It's been interesting to see like a lot of different people's perspective on Offkai. I think for me personally, and I know I was talking to some people I know, and for them, not that they didn't enjoy Offkai, but like it was a different to them, they didn't get as much out of it. And I think I'm a tiny creator, admittedly, but I do think even in spite of the fact that I'm such a small creator and someone who's working on growing and getting back into it now after some hiatus due to like health stuff and work and school, I do think it was still a very worthwhile experience, to be completely honest. I had an absolute blast. I think one of the things that made it great for me was just being able to have friends to go with. I think I don't know quite how it would be for someone who's just a fan of being a VTuber. I'm kind of in a weird middle ground because where I'm starting to get back into content creation, I understand a lot of the behind the scenes of content creation, especially in terms of a lot of the stuff that I study with work and school with media and content creation and things of that nature. I understand a lot more of the behind the scenes of that, even though I'm not a very big creator myself. And so I think that gave me a little bit of a different perspective on Offkai in a sense. But I also am very much a VTuber fan. So I think in that sense as well, it was, how to put it? I think just as a VTuber fan, it was a great experience. And maybe some people would disagree with me on that, but I think honestly for anybody it'd be worthwhile to go. But just as me as a aspiring VTuber content creator, I think there's still a lot of great opportunities to look at what other people are doing, to network, to get to know people. I got to meet a lot of very, very, very incredible people, creators who are smaller, creators who are bigger, and even just getting a chance to kind of chat with them and understand kind of what it is they do. I learned a lot, and even just after the fact, even if I didn't get to the chance to really talk with them about those kinds of things, just getting to understand kind of their background and then checking out their streams. Rhea, hey, thank you. Welcome on in. Thank you for the follow. It's so good to see you. Rhea is one of the ones who was in our friend group at Offkai, and it was a blast. Rhea is freaking incredible. My stories aren't quite as crazy as Rhea's. Rhea has some of the most insane stories from Offkai. Like I was talking to, no, Rhea, oh my God. Like your stories, I feel like, are some of the most incredible stories from Offkai. Like, I feel like I had some fun ones, but just hearing your stories was absolutely phenomenal. What happens? Okay, so Offkai, Sapphire. So what Offkai is, dude, it's absolutely same. Like, so Offkai, so Sapphire, Offkai is a VTuber. So think kind of like if you took AX and TwitchCon and you mashed them together, but it's strictly about VTubers. And I guess I can do a screen share just to kind of show let me show up the schedule. Offkai. So this is Offkai. This is the Gen 4 of Offkai. So the fourth Offkai. And I've heard from a lot of people I've talked to who been to Offkai that this was one of the best years. So it was held in San Jose this year. In past years, I don't remember. Yeah, so it's exactly what Ray is saying. It's the VTuber con. So especially if there's a VTuber I think as a VTuber especially, I think as a fan, it's so fun to go anyway. But I think as a fan and as a VTuber, there's a lot of really great opportunities to get to meet other VTubers, to network, to go to panels, to learn things. No, you're totally fine. And honestly, even before I went to Offkai, all I knew was like a VTuber convention. That's all I really knew about it. I've got let me swap my hands cams real quick to the little one. I'm going to do a display capture, which I think this should be fine. Yeah, no, it was such a cool experience. Like if you ever get the chance to go in the future, I highly recommend it. Let me make my hand cam a little smaller. Let's see. There we go. I'm actually going to be showing off some of the stuff that I got later. So activities. So this is some of the panels. Oh wait, there we go. So this is like some of the activities that they had going on. They had a kind of a DJ set. Annie Kura, they do a bunch of Annie Clover. They do a bunch of DJ sets. So if you know, like, who are some of the Annie Clovers? Like Cynthion is part of Annie Clover. A bunch of DJs are part of this. And so they did that one of the nights. That was a blast. We didn't get to go the whole time just because I think we were doing dinner that night. So these are the DJs who played at Anikura for Offkai. And that was a super cool experience. And that was super fun. But they have like an arcade room. They have a cosplay contest. There's a bunch of fan meetups. So a bunch of VTubers of communities that I'm in, they did different fan meetups. So there's booth ones. You could do meet and greets over a screen. And I'll pull up my Twitter for some pictures later. Oh yeah, so they had like a keyboard meetup. There was a Love Life concert, but it was like 1 a.m. So that was kind of cool. And there was a lot of really cool keyboards. The Love Life concert, that was a paid separate thing. Maid Cafe was a paid separate thing, and that filled up fast. We didn't get the chance to go to that. There's meet and greets, so you could like chat with different people over the screen. Some of them were paid. Some booths just held them for free, and then you just had to line up. So like I know Rhea, who's in chat, got to meet Deerskune from one of the lines there, and I think that was a really long line. I almost met Deerskune, but there's some other panels and stuff we wanted to go to, and we mainly wanted to drop off some gifts for Ayami. Because it was Ayami's booth, the model artist for Made Mint. Deerskin. Yeah, Deerskin. Yeah. Oh my goodness. And the fact that, like, Rhea, the fact that you ran into... I still think it's so crazy how you ran into Deerskin before the meet and greet as well. But yeah, so there was... you can see, so these are some of the different meet and greets. So some of these you would pay for, and and Offkai themselves would do meet and greets that were hosted. Oh yeah, no, it was super cool. I'm so jealous of the people that Rhea met. Like, if you want to hear some crazy stories, you'll have to listen to some of Rhea's stories sometime, because he met I don't know if Rhea, have you talked about on your, I can't remember. Did you talk on your stream about, have you talked about Offkai yet? Or at least who you've met? Because like, oh my goodness, like if you haven't heard, you'll have to listen to Rhea's stories, because he met some of the most, like, some giant VTubers, and it is insane. And the way that he would run into them just randomly. Yeah, so there was an Ayami meet and greet, Astro Music, Piapi, Berry Bug, Rin Penrose had one. And so these would be at different booths or different locations and panel rooms, and they did these across each of the days. I plan to hear myself talking more about it tomorrow. No, you're good, and like you're totally fine, Rhea. And no, like definitely, like Sapphire, if you want to hear some of Rhea's stories, highly recommend listening to what Rhea has to say, because I mean, I have some like fun stories, but Rhea's stories are on another level. Like, I feel like of all of us, and everyone in our friend group, Rhea had some of the craziest experiences. So and you're totally fine, Rhea. Like, wait, no, like here, like, do I have? Wait, I don't know if I have shout out set up. Ray, okay, I've got to shout you out, Rhea, because like, so Rhea was one of the ones that was in our friend group. Got to meet Rhea through Offkai. Rhea is one of the most incredible people. Just like I respect Rhea so much. Yeah, no, of course. But so yeah, so with Offkai, they had different meet and greets. They had a choir thing for Offkai Live. They had people who were singing for that. Offkai Live was the concert they did at the last night. That was one that, so I didn't go to that in person, but Rhea did. And that was a really cool thing. They had a bunch of, so Offkai Live, they had some incredible people performing. So yeah, it was Yumemi, Boko Boko, Obacat, Obakati Cat, Unnamed, Anurissa, Kisna I. Like, this was an incredible concert. Even just watching it virtually, it was amazing. And so just like, I think too, the scale of it this year is so much bigger. Oh, banger after banger, absolutely. And I think, I mean, not that it was bad last year's by any means, but this year they took it to like another level, and it's just gotten better and better. And I think honestly too, because it's grown so much, and they moved it to San Jose Convention Center, because last year it was packed from what I heard. And so I think this year, and if they do it at San Jose Convention Center again next year, I think it's just going to continue to get better. So, but yeah, and that was one of the last night things. So this is the programming. Let's see, full schedule. And so you can kind of just see, and just to kind of explain what all of it is, you can see there's all these different panels. The opening ceremony was a lot of fun. Yeah, I wonder who they'll get next year considering. Oh yeah, no, it's going to be, I don't even know who they could get, especially too, because I know that they try not to repeat their guests. I'm trying to think, like, who are some of the big music VTubers right now? Like, I guess Calliope Mori. Giant Music, Suisse, maybe. If they did JP, like that would be, if they could get Suisse, that would be insane. I don't know if they will. I feel like maybe Mori. Who are some of the biggest music VTubers right now? Music VTubers. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I think there's Mori, there's, okay, so the ticket, okay, depends on the tier you get. So I got the cheapest tier. Yeah, no, they would have to. Bebe, hey, it's so good to see you, Bebe. Oh yeah, so the ticket for me, I got it. So the early bird pricing, at least for the cheapest ticket, was $5 cheaper, so it was 110, so 115. If you get, so Rhea got the what's called the double rainbow badge, and I think that one, if I remember correctly, is 400. However, it lets you cut the lines. So if you wanted to go to Offkai and go to as many panels as possible, especially because some of these are back to back across rooms, I think double rainbow can be worth it for that, but it is more expensive. So I think it just kind of depends on what you want to do. Thank you, Bebe. But Bebe, it's so good to see you. Yeah, so I think it just depends on the tier. There are other tiers. I think it's not really worth going above double rainbow. So dash pass, yeah, basically, yeah. I don't know. Do they talk about registration, purchase a badge? Oh, I don't want to log into that. Registration. I don't know if they think. I don't know. Do they have a page talking about the different badges still? Get your badge, maybe? No. Okay. Yeah, they had a couple different badge tiers. I think past the double rainbow, I think it's basically just like, oh, hey, you really want to support Offkai, and it's basically just like their whale tier. Yeah, no, Bebe, if you go, we are okay. Yeah, well, no, we'll definitely have some stuff, and we'll help you figure it out. Because Bebe, if you can get the chance to go, like, it is an incredible experience. It's so good. I didn't get to. So there was, I know Hachi was on an iPad. Oh, I'd love to hang out with you, Bebe. I didn't get the chance to run into Hachi, but we did run into Finny. I think Rhea was running around when we ran into Finny, but Noah and Shoyu were there. But yeah, so no, they just have like a bunch of different panels. Different VTubers host them. So like opening ceremony, there was that the first morning, and I have some pictures from that and some videos that I'll show. So then after that was the HoloStars panel, and that was so much fun. So it was with Haka, Rexford, and Shindy. Yeah, okay, you saw Vinny briefly. Oh, that's right. Okay, that's right. I think I remember hearing about you say something about that later. But yeah, so Finny got to go around. They had a lot more VTubers on robots this year. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, but it's super cool seeing they had a bunch of robots too. So I want to say there's two or she was a bit nervous. Glad. Yeah, no. So we saw Finny first thing, which I think was really cool because as they were trying to set up, we got to be Finny's trial run, which I think was super good. I think it was great to kind of run into her first thing because we were wanting to find Finny anyway. Yeah, so we were I think kind of not just Finny's trial run, but it was one of the, yeah, so we got to see Finny, and we got really cool to see, I think there was at least two main VTuber robot companies. There was the one that Finny was using. I can't think of who they were. And I have a picture of that. And then there was the one that, there was a couple others, like there'd be people who would walk around with iPads. And I don't know who that was done with, if that was like independent. And I know the craziest setup I saw, there was someone who had, I ran into them once. They had one of those Elgato teleprompters. One of these things here. They had their VTuber model hooked up through this. This was such an insane setup. So they had a gimbal rig. So you could see their VTuber model in the screen right here. And they had it on a rolling tripod thing. And I think that was the most insane one. I think that one was done through just someone independently with some friends, or it was like one very, very like niche company who was doing that. But most people, it was either an iPad or the robots. Yeah, no, it was insane. So most people, you didn't see that. You would see the, let's see, Offkai. I wonder if I can find a picture. Let me go to let me pull up Twitter on this screen over quick, and I'll bring it over. And I can show what Finney's robot was like. And I'll actually show some pictures too from Offkai, and just kind of go through a day by day. That was stuff that I printed and handed out. I'll talk about that here in a little bit too. Let's see, I'll just pull up. Could be easier because Win censored everyone's faces. I'm gonna pull up. So this is my friend Win. Oh yeah, so we had some really good food, and I'll show the food we had too. So this is one Win. She censored everyone, so I'll show this. So these robots here, and one of the things too, what they had, if there was cameras, they would say streaming or not streaming. Like I ran into Evanito. Evanito was live streaming at the con, and so VTubers or content creators would have to have a sign saying if they're streaming or they're not streaming, if they're recording. I took some video clips with this little camera I have down here, but it wasn't anything like serious. And I have a couple of video clips I'll show. I probably won't show too much just because there are parts where you can kind of, you don't see people's faces, but you see at least like not covered. But yeah, so you can see with these robots here. So it's kind of like not quite an iPad on wheels, but they can see there's a camera right here that sees where the base of this is. And I hear it's, so basically what it's kind of like if you think of a DS screen, from what Finney was saying. So you can control it with a mouse, a keyboard, or a game controller. And then so you see the top screen like of the DS is basically what you see out this top video camera. And this would be looking at us. The bottom one is you see the base so you don't run over people's toes and stuff like that. And you can rent it, I think, starting at based off of the hour and then go up from there. Really, really cool. Everything that they were doing with it. Yeah, so there was a bunch of YouTubers that you can meet that way. There was meet and greets where some of the booths themselves have meet and greets. So I'll probably pull up my Twitter real quick, and I'll start going through. Actually, I guess I'll pull this up real quick, and then I'll start going through kind of what the schedule was like. So I got to meet just randomly. I wasn't planning on doing any meet and greets, but SVP. Oh goodness, who's SVP? It's Stellaverse Productions. So Stellaverse, they were doing a meet and greet at their booth, and a bunch of them did their own. Yep, that's me. So a bunch of them would do their own meet and greets at their booth. So I know, like, trying to think of everyone who was doing it. Mosselbox was doing a bunch. So I know, like, I think Pachi did it hers through Mosselbox. Megalodon VT did it through, actually not Mosselbox. Mosselbox is Megalodon VT. But there was a bunch of creators there. So I got to do meetups with two smaller creators over the TV. So that was one of the ones from Vols, and that was just random because I happened to go up to their booth and they said, "Oh, hey, do you want to do a meet and greet with one of our VTubers?" I'm like, "Oh, sure." And goodbye. Thank you, Saribot. So let's see. Where is it? Let me go through. I'm going through my thread. I guess I'll just start kind of with my schedule. So I flew out Thursday. So day 0 was Thursday for me. And so I guess I can pull this thread up and just kind of go through the tweets and talk about it. So I flew out Thursday. And then, okay, that was out of schedule order. Let me duplicate this real quick and pull it back over here. And let me go through my photos too, because my photos, I took a lot of pictures, and then just because we were so busy and just doing stuff, I didn't really get a chance to tweet out my whole thread. Let's see. And I can go through this and then I can talk about some of the stuff that I did. So one of the things that I did for Offkai, so it turns out people hand stuff out at Offkai, and I didn't realize beforehand. So what I did is I ended up 3D printing a bunch of stuff to give out at Offkai. So I found there's a creator who made Dragoon 3D printed models, and they were fine with people handing, like they said, just don't sell them, but they're fine with people handing them out at cons because people had asked before. And I found one for someone else who made Mint Phantoms. So like I didn't realize too, so I didn't have a business card this year, and which I really wish I would have. So that's one of the things that I'm going to do next year is so my plans for next year is I'm going to have a business card. I want to do stickers if I can as well. And then maybe one or two other things. I don't know if I'll do as much 3D printed stuff this year, just because I was rushing so much. But yeah, so I did a bunch of 3D printed little Wisps keychains. I did, so Wisps, Dragoons, and I had a bunch of failed ones. So let me see. I think I have them on my drive. I didn't post these on Twitter, but I had a lot of mishaps. Actually, I sent them in a Discord. Let me pull this image up. From Arrow. So I think just because the wisps, originally that file was made for a different type of 3D printing. And so because of that, I had to modify the file. And sometimes stuff like this would happen where they would eject themselves off and the prints would mess up. It would happen more with the wisps than the dragoons. I don't think I posted pictures of all the ones that died, but that happened to like basically this and worse happened to a bunch of them. So because of that, it was just like I probably had like 20 to 30 failed ones. But I was rushing, so I was 3D printing a bunch of stuff like the week before I started. I just like started 3D printing a bunch of stuff. So I printed a bunch of those to hand out. I printed a handful of large wisps. I printed 5 in total. So I gave, I think, 2 to friends, 1 to someone who's going around called Barrett Creative. He's someone who made a wooden keyboard for Made Mint and a bunch of other VTubers. So I made some giant wisps. I gave 1 to Ayami, 1 to Made Mint. So I just gave both to Ayami, and Ayami gave them out. I got them to Deerskewn. But that ended up working out fine though in the end. So I had a bunch of failed ones, but it ended up working out okay. So I ended up giving those out just because I didn't have anything else to give out. I didn't have any like business cards or anything, and I wanted to give something out of Offkai. So I ended up printing out just a bunch of those. But I did for a couple friends as well. And I'll jump to this just because. So I printed out what's called lithophanes. So I did it for a couple friends. So Win, who was in our friend group, Civil, who was in our friend group. And then I printed off a couple to give away. So I printed off some for Cynthion. So Cynthion's album art, Lone Wolf. So how lithophanes work is you shine light behind the image and it shows the image itself. So this is what the resolution of that's messed up. There we go. So this is what it looks like. Let me close those. But I'll zoom in on this one. So if you notice, so without the light, and then when you shine a light behind it, and it ends up looking like this. So I printed off 2 for Cynthion because Cynthion was doing a panel there. Originally, I ended up printing out a bunch more stuff too. And part of the reason I didn't do more lithophanes is because these took on average, the shortest one I think was Cynthion's, and that took about 7 to 8 hours. I think actually, or this one that I ended up printing for Perry as a gift as well. This is Lynn from Arc Knights. But that was when I was still learning how to do it. And so this one didn't turn out quite as good as the others. It's a lot thinner, not as detailed. So I ended up printing out this one first, and then I did 2 for Cynthion. And the ones for Cynthion, I originally did 1, but over Cynthion, I was on a stream, and she was saying, I posted it in her Discord, and she's like, oh, I'd actually prefer to give that to my album artist. And so I printed off a second one so I could give it to her for her to give to her artist. And then I did 1 for Win. So this is one of the artworks that Win Wintera did. She's one of our friends. She's one of my friends and the one who kind of helped organize a lot of our friend group plans for Offkai. Civil Fortissimo. This is an artwork that she commissioned. And so I asked if she wanted something printed. And then I did 1 for Perindigo. This is her mascot that she had drawn buff. And I have a funny story about this one later. And then I did 1 for Evanito because I knew he was going to be there. And from what he was saying, this might be his last Offkai. And so I'm like, I really wanted to give him something because I'm like, I don't know when's the next chance I get to meet Evan. And this is his favorite One Piece panel. And so I printed those off as well to give out. And I didn't really have time to do anything else but those because I think the one for Evan and I think the one for Win took the longest. They were about 13 hours each. And that's even optimizing it. So it would print a lot faster and the details wouldn't be quite as crazy. So let me turn down this real quick. I think my bit rate's a little high. Twitch is hating me right now. Let me bump it down to 5800. Apply. There we go. Yeah, so I ended up giving those out. So I printed out a bunch of stuff before Offkai, and then made sure I was all ready to go Wednesday. And I think Wednesday I was still printing stuff into Thursday morning. So Thursday morning I got packed up and ready to go. And let me just scroll down to so here's the thread. If I can click into it. Yeah, so I ended up going up to Offkai. So I flew out Thursday morning. Thursday at 3, and I landed at 4 in California. I think that's right. Yeah, because it was a 2-hour flight and then changed the time zone. So I flew out. Win and Crusoe picked me up from the airport. So we dropped our stuff off the airport. And then Win ended up doing a bunch of prints, and I'll show these a little bit later. So Win Tara is an artist. And so she wanted stuff to give out at Offkai. So we ran to a local FedEx and we printed out, she printed off a bunch of stuff, a bunch of her artworks. And so I got copies of prints from her as well. And I'll show those a little later. But we printed those off. We're doing that. And then we went and did Hot Pot Thursday night. We were going to go pick up our badges Thursday. I think Rhea did. Rhea, Noah, Shoyu, and some of our other friends, they picked up their badges Thursday. We didn't end up making it because between FedEx and cutting the prints up took long enough. We didn't make it to go do badge pickup Thursday, which ended up working out okay still in the end. So we went and did Hot Pot, which I think I've got a picture. Where is my media thread? So that was my first time ever having Hot Pot, and it was so good. Hi, 美味しかったです。とっても美味しかった. So yeah, that was the first time I ever had Hot Pot. It was a sea pot in San Jose. Here we go. Although it ended up being bad. I spilled cucumber kimchi all down my pants. I accidentally knocked the plate. Baby, we'll have to go to the Hot Pot one of these days, definitely. But the group behind us scooted their bench back. Kuma, hey, it's so nice to meet you. See you again. Kuma is one of the ones that I met at Offkai. Kuma is incredible. There's a funny story later about what happened with a group photo with Kuma. But yeah, so Kuma, I'm just talking about some of the stuff with Offkai. But it's so good to see you, Kuma. But yeah, so what happened at Hot Pot was, I think because the group behind us scooted the bench forward, there was very little room. And so when I was setting my cucumber, and the table was so packed, the cucumber kimchi was on my plate was close to the edge, and I knocked it all down the front of me. Luckily, it didn't get on my shirt, but it did get on my pants. I did spill my curry broth on my shirt later, which sucks because I still need to get it out, and I hope it didn't stain too bad. Oh, but yeah, no, I've been good. It's so good to see you. Oh my. But yeah, no, I've been good. Hopefully you've been well as well, Kuma. But yeah, no, I had a blast at Offkai. I missed it so much. Like, legitimately, like, after coming back from Offkai, like, on my flight home, like, I was tearing up just because, like, I think in part because I was sad to leave, but also in part because, like, legitimately, Offkai is when I say Offkai is one of the best experiences I've ever had. And with the memories that I've made, the people that I made, like, it was just such a great experience that I was tearing up just because I'm like, Joe, I made so many incredible memories from Offkai. I haven't been in Con to ages. I'm scared about how yeah, I mean, Bebe, there's no more yaoi paddle. But Hot Pot is messy. Luckily, I didn't spill a ton of the curry broth on my shirt. But yeah, no, luckily it wasn't too bad. Because I was wearing black pants. Actually, it's the pants I'm wearing right now. It ended up coming out mostly. I used napkins. I cleaned it off best I could. I ended up walking to Target after because I got dropped off. I'm trying to remember. I think after Hot Pot, we all went our separate ways. I got dropped off at the hotel from Crusoe and Wynn because they had to go still finish packing and getting their stuff. So I just walked down to Target because it was like an 8-minute walk. So walked down to Target, got some Tide pens, got a little thing of dish soap. I thought about buying laundry detergent, but the smallest thing of laundry detergent was bigger than my water bottle. And I went to Offkai and all I got were these pants stains. But yeah, so no, it ended up working out. I'm glad that there was a Target nearby. So I ended up buying 2 Tide pens because I'm going to need these. And I ended up needing them later in the con too. Luckily, the stains weren't as bad on some of my other outfits. But so Hot Pot was really good. So we did Hot Pot Thursday. And then after that, so we woke up Friday. First thing, we went over to, I think I actually have some video to show of this. And let me see. Let me pull up VLC real quick. I'll just do a display capture. It's easier. Actually, wait, there we go. So that was Hot Pot. That's just an image. Let's see. Let me make sure I'm not going to be doxing anyone on accident with any of the video that I show. Okay, so, I mean, this shows the line a little bit. The line wasn't actually too bad. Let Let's see, I can blur if I need to. So you can see the line through here. It wasn't that bad. I think we got through in like an hour or less, honestly. And so you'd go through this line, and then I think because we got there right first thing in the morning, I don't know how it was after that. I know Thursday it was about an hour. And so actually I gave some stuff out in a line. I got a copy of this from someone who happened to be online there. Let me move VLC down under my hand cam. There we go. I got a copy of V-Card first edition. I don't know if I want to open this or not, because not only is it first edition, this has Cinder on it, and I don't know if they're going to make stuff like this again. So I'm tempted not to open it, even though first edition packs are kind of rare. But yeah, so I gave someone one of the little 3D printed mints, and he's like, oh, here, have a first edition pack of V-Card. So I don't know if I want to open this. But yeah, so that was on the first day, just in line. 40 minutes. Oh, okay, 40 minutes isn't bad at all. Trying to think. So after... Yeah, so like luckily the line wasn't too bad, and I heard that in past years it was worse, but I don't know if it's because it was bigger and they had a lot more stations. Let me see, and I have some more video footage I can show of kind of what some of the... I'll show some of this in here in a second. I think, where's the video footage of opening ceremony? Let me pull this up on... Can I pull this up on another thing just so I don't accidentally show anything I'm not supposed to? Let me see. That's just footage of that. Okay. So I guess, so this is just some of the standees, and they moved the standees around all throughout the con. This was in the atrium, and they kept changing the setup. And because we were there first thing, they hadn't finished setting up some of the booths from like smaller little groups. But they had standees all over the convention from all kinds of VTubers. One thing that I wish more VTubers did, and I don't know how much of it was up to the VTubers or the groups that they are with, is I wish more of them either at least had their name of the VTuber or some of them had a QR code that you could scan to pull up their socials. And I wish way more VTubers did that, because there were so many like incredible looking models and I had no clue who they were. So I took a picture of their model because I'm like, oh, I want to find out who this is. But like, so you can see Lucius from Lucius Merriweather has a QR code right over here. And I'm so glad that Lucius did that, or like Nick Nocturne. I feel like that's something that I wish a lot more would do, even if they just put their name even. I think that would be really good. But honestly, though, it wasn't that big of a deal. Let's see. There's... so you can see... And they... Whoops. I forgot that clip was a lot shorter. So these are some of the standees that they had up there. And they cycled these around all throughout the con. Yeah, it would have been nice to have their... yeah, at least something. Like their name, their handle, a QR code. I think... With some of the bigger ones, I can understand, like with Shiori, I understand why they didn't, or like Kizuna Ai, but like some of these other creators, like a lot of them I would even recognize, but I just couldn't remember what their names were. So that's something that I think, who knows if they'll do that again, if they will do that in the future, but at the very least, I took a picture just to know who it would be. So here is the line for Offkai Live. And so you can see it's really big. It goes clear back around here into this corner, and it wraps around. Let me pull up. Oh, I closed VLC. Whoops. I think, here we go. I think this one doesn't show anybody's face. Yeah. So you can see they did a little opening ceremony. I don't know if, did I record? I don't think I recorded any of the opening ceremony itself. Or at least the video footage, I think something got messed up with it. Yeah, so the opening ceremony was really good. After that, I did the... me and some of our group, we watched the Tea Time Freak Time with the Hollow Stars boys. That was so freaking funny. There was other panels that started too. Like I wanted to go to the Ayami Mint panel. Apparently that one filled up really fast. That panel was canceled. Interesting. Yeah, so that panel was really good. So that's one of the things too with Offkai. It was nice. It's like there's so many panels that there's I feel like something for everyone to go see. There's a lot to go do as well, even if you don't like going to panels, but I think the panels are definitely worth it. I wish I would have made it to the FaZe concert. I think that one filled up pretty quickly if I remember correctly. I know too there was like the song exchange that I know Sylvie and a couple others did. I didn't make it to that one, unfortunately. That was another one that would have been fun too, but I think there's a lot of things that I'm like looking at now that I've done it once. Next year I'm definitely going to... There's a couple things that I'll do a little different, but I think it's one of those things for your first time going. There's just so much to do. It can be a little overwhelming. So we did the Hollow Stars panel. After that, where's my notes? Let's see, what else did we do? I can't remember, was it the first day or the second day that I got to, okay, it was the first day I did a meet and greet. So we went through Artist Alley. Let me show a little bit of, let me find one of the videos from Artist Alley that doesn't have any footage that'd be doxing anyone. If I need to, I can blur it as well. Although, so one of the things that was crazy with Artist Alley, there was a couple booths that I don't know how they weren't in the 18 plus section. Like, they weren't that bad, but they were very much towing the line. Like, there's some that, like, I know people were like live streaming the con, and I'm like, and they were saying, oh yeah, no, I can't show that or Twitch will ban me. So this is some of the booths on the edges, and I know as it got later into the con, some of them, let me blur this real quick so to make sure that I'm not doxing anything. Okay, that should be fine. So like, you can see here, let me rewind. So they had like little meet and greet little stations over here at some of the different booths for, like Moso Box had one over here. They had a TV setup. I think they had a TV setup later that some VTubers would do, and people could do meet and greets with them that way. But so that was really cool to see. After that though, I believe, so we went through Artist Alley. We bought a bunch of stuff from Artist Alley. And then we went to Cynthia's panel the first day. I believe it was. Yeah, so we did the Hollow Stars panel. We went and checked out Artist Alley. Then we went and we did and saw Cynthia's panel. And in Cynthia's panel, she was doing live track making with sampling. That was kind of fun. That was a pretty fun one to see. Even like listening to her stream after, there's some things that she wished she would have done a little differently. But I think overall, I think she did a really good job. And so you can kind of get a little bit of a sense of what the panel rooms are like. So they have a screen here. They had 4 mics set up. And then they had just like a bunch of chairs in the room. So she was doing a track making. You can see in the top left corner a little bit, kind of what the room is set up like. It's a little tricky to see, but she did a track making live. After that, what did we do? I don't actually remember what we did after that. I didn't make a note of everything we did. Let's see. So I think, okay, after that, I think we went around some more of like Artist Alley. Let me check my tweets. Color coded. Let's see. The 21st was Saturday. Okay, so Pho was Saturday. Oh, I'm getting my days mixed up. Let me check everything I posted, because then I can get a better sense of what we did. I think Friday we ended up, was it Friday I got the sandwich? Let me go through my pictures now, and then I can get a better sense of what I did. Yeah, so we did the Syntheon panel. That was super cool. Oh, was this Friday? Okay, Thursday. Oh yeah, after the Syntheon panel, or no, just before. Okay, at 3:40. Okay, yeah, so we went after the Syntheon panel. So I went and did the, so we happened to go through the, what is it called? The vendor section of Offkai. So I guess we stopped by in Artist Alley, some of the like the Bite Ramen booth, but these are from pictures from later in the week. Where is so I met Tokaku. So I happened to just do a meet and greet. I showed up to SVP's booth in the booth section, and so there was booths for like Phase Connect, Tokaku, Irium. Irium sponsored a bunch of stuff at Offkai. I think I've got some footage. Let's see, what day was this one? One of the things that they did at the AegisLink booth, and this on the 20th. Okay, so yeah, this would have been Friday. I can show this one. So there was a little like mini concert with why is my main break? Let's see. Japan. What is her name? Oh my goodness. Why is her name escaping me? Crap. Osaka Rei. So Rei-chan. Rei-chan and her daughter, they did a little like concert thing at AegisLink's booth, and so they were singing. So that was super cool and really fun. That was at and they did stuff with Advanced GG as well. So that was on Friday. And so that was a really cool thing that they did. So I went around that whole area. There was like Phase Connect had a booth, AegisLink had a booth, Bowls, Kawa Entertainment. I can't remember who else, but there was a lot of people in there, and a lot of them had their own meet and greet things. So like, as you can see too, with like, so I got to meet Tokaku. And so there's like a mic set up here and a camera. everyone had their setups a little different. Some had more like a smaller screen. I think SVP Stillaverse had the biggest one. So I got to meet as well. I don't have this picture on Twitter. Here we go. These ones I covered, so I can show these ones of my face. I got to meet, here we go. I'll pull this up on the screen. Shiro Usa. As you can see, she had like that was a smaller setup, and they're still getting things sorted out with that. But I got to meet her briefly, and then I went through the rest of that whole area. Oh, was this Friday? No, that was. Wait, what day did we meet? To post before emoji, because I met Yuna as well, the VTuber Yuna, because she was randomly doing a meet and greet. I think that was Saturday, because Rhea and I both ran into Yuna. Oh, I guess I can pull it up on my phone. That'd be faster. But yeah, so we went around the artist alley some more. After that, oh, this was funny. So someone at Offkai, where is it? Oh yeah, and then Thursday as well, we ran into one of the others in our group, Laura the Explorer. Laura the Explorer. She was the so we ran into her Thursday, and we took a group picture with her. That was, let's see, not that one. So we ran into Laura on Thursday, and so we took a picture with her, and she actually just debuted her new model today. So that was super cool. And what else did we do Thursday or Friday? I think a lot of Friday was just like going around to different booths. I got to meet Evanito, because I think it was after some of that stuff that I went down. Everyone was streaming, so I happened to give him the One Piece Lithofame print, this one here. I ran into Evan. I was on his stream for a little bit, just talking with him. So that was super cool. Got to run into Evan. Got a picture with him. And then after that, I didn't go to as many panels as a lot of other people. So I don't have as much, honestly, I don't have as much experience with the panels, but it was super fun. Friday I did go to Vite Ramen's booth, and I took, so it's these two pictures in the top left, with some of the panels that they had there. These are a bunch of the different standees they had at Offkai. A lot of going around the artist alley. Oh, no worries, Sapphire. It was so nice to talk with you. Yeah, hopefully I'll see you around later, but you're all good. Hopefully you have a great rest of your day or evening, and we'll talk with you later. Yeah, so got a one of the things we got food on just from a local place on Thursday. And then let me go through my phone. A lot of it was going through the different booths. Artist alley, met Evan. Let's see. And then was this? Okay, this was on the 20th. Okay, so Friday night, Rhea, Win, and Crusoe went and got pho. Pho was super good. I haven't had pho before. So that was really, really good. I really enjoyed pho. And then after that, we just kind of went around to the different areas. There was they were doing some different parties, and then so Friday night we went to on the fourth floor of they had the entire fourth floor rented out for just like parties and different party room set up. So one of the ones that I went to is Bird Club. So for Bird Club with Birdhouse. Let's see, Bird Club. So Birdhouse Bird Club hosted a party, and that was super cool. So I got to meet a lot of really cool people through that. Do they still have the post up? They might not. That, or it may have been Canalia, because Canalia was hosting it. Canalia. So yeah, so I got to meet some really, really, really cool people through Bird Club. And actually, so I had a really funny story with what happened there too. So, okay, here we go, Bird Club. So I got to meet Kagura P, Nyate. I know Aquafern. I think I met Riamon. I don't remember if I met Riamon through Bird Club or later through the Utaite meetup. But I got to meet a bunch of really cool people. So I got to meet I ran into Ida there. I ran into Kiame. Oh man, I met a lot of people through Bird Club. So one of the most unexpected experiences I had was the VTuber Chrysalia. I don't know how to say her last name, but so I ran into Chrysalia at Bird Club. Strictly because, so I was showing people the lithoframe prints. I happened to hold, there was a small light in the room. I held the indie lithoframe up to the light. So So we left Bird Club because they were airing it out. And we came back. We went to some of the other party rooms, like Y2. That was a Y2K room. Blue Star room. Blue Star room was super packed. So we left and we went back to Bird Club. And so I happened to be holding this up to the light, and then I hear like, "Is that Indy?" And I hear it's Chrysalia, and I'm like, "Wait, like this is for Perindigo." And she's like, and Chrysalia says, "Yeah, no, it's me. I'm Chrysalia." And then I was so taken aback because I was not expecting to meet Chrysalia there, especially because of that. Turns out there as well there too. Chrysalia was only there for like 15 minutes, so it just happened to be luck of the draw that. In those 15 minutes, I happened to hold up the Indie Lithophane, showing it to some people who were there, and Chrysalia just so happened to be there. So that was super fun. It's super funny. So met Chrysalia there. We went to some of the other party rooms, had a blast. Went back Friday night. So I think after that we left, and then dropped everyone off. And then Saturday. Let's see. So Saturday first thing, we went and got drinks like in the morning, and went to a drink place and we went and got banh mi. Hadn't had banh mi before. Banh mi is so good. But we got that for just later in the day. It was later that day as well that Rhea and I ran into. So we stopped back at the con. Let's see, emojied. Where is? Oh, here we go. So I ran into Yuna. Yuna just so happened to be doing a meet and greet there. So Ray and I talked to Yuna just super briefly. Yuna's super cool, super sweet. So got a picture with Yuna. Ran into, and so this is the day two. We ran into Barrett Creative. So Barrett, while he was there, was giving away. Let's see. Was giving away these. So he made these Mint Fantome coasters. These are wood with resin inlaid in them. Super cool. So we were trying to find Barrett on Thursday, but we could not find him anywhere. And then after we ran into him, so we ran into him in the line for Ayami's booth on Friday. When Crusoe and I all ran into him. And mainly he wanted to give one of these to Ayame. I'm saying her name wrong. Ayami. He was wanting to give one of these to Ayami, and so, but the line was pretty long, and so he gave one to Ayami. I think for Mint as well, because they were doing a meet and greet at Ayami's booth. Yeah, so ran into Barrett, super nice guy. Talked with keyboards with him for a while. I don't know. This will probably show. But yeah, so he did like a made Mint keyboard, and he showed that off at the. Let's see, I have a picture. Let me go through the pictures on my desktop. This will make it a little faster. I'll just have to make sure I don't accidentally show anything that I don't mean to. Took a bunch of pictures with standees. We ran into like a bunch of really cool cosplayers. So I met a really cool Usan cosplayer, and that was on Friday or Saturday, I believe. Let's see, this was created I don't remember. Okay, the Saturday. So yeah, so ran into a really cool cosplayer on Saturday. Just going around the con, giving out stuff. Got pictures at Vite Ramen's booth with Jean Wanwan. She was doing stuff with Vite Ramen for their Iris stuff. So got pictures with her as well. And then later on Friday, there was a Utaite meetup, as well as they had Tobin Jacobs had a giant made Mint cut out there. So I got a picture with that. That was super cool. And then went to the Utaite meetup. And I think, let's see, I think I have it quote tweeted in another thread. Let me go to this thread, because then this has some more of the people that I met. So I met Evan. There was a Utaite meetup. Got to meet a lot of really, really incredible people through the Utaite meetup. That was a super cool experience. Kanalia hosted that. So went to that. And then later that day, so we just kind of wandered around the con more. We took a break. Wynn was signing a bunch of her prints to give out. And so I just kind of chilled around, took it easy. And super nice outside. And then, so we went to, I think I tried to get into one of the made Mint panels, but that one filled up. I got cut off like 10 people before the cutoff line. So I just kind of wandered around some more, just checked out stuff in the area. And then later that day on Saturday. Yeah, so later that day so this was Saturday. So that's when we got the banh mi, the sandwich, so the sandwich and the drinks. Let's see, I'm mixing up my order of stuff here. Let me go through. Okay, the keyboard meetup was Sunday. So I went through, just looked at a lot more of the stuff in Artist Alley. A lot more of the standees. Oh yeah, so okay, because I posted the picture with Stellarverse with Tokaku that I took, I ended up winning a free standee. Well, so it's free merch, and so I ended up getting a Tokaku standee. I ended up buying her keychain the day before, but I decided to get the standee for Tokaku because she's super cool. So that was fun. Went around the Phase Connect booth, trying to see what else. And then Aegis Link had a thing that was ongoing, so with Triggerfish. So we stopped at that. A lot of it was just checking out different booths, talking with about some of the VTubers when they had stuff going on there. Because they'd have VTubers on the screen, so we'd do meet and greets. We'd run into like VTubers randomly on iPads throughout the week. So that was a lot of what it was. A lot of it was just kind of wandering around, trading ribbons with people, taking pictures. Saturday we ran into Laura. It wasn't Thursday. I got my order mixed up. So Saturday we ran into Laura and the Usong cosplayer. Got the pictures with Jean Wan Wan, which I didn't post that one on Twitter, but this is one of the ones that I got with Jean. Duplicate tab. Here we go. This is she's super lovely. Actually stopped at her booth as well. She was super lovely. It was later that day though. We went to the Utaite meetup. There was a lot of wandering around, and then so later Saturday I met Mafu, one of Sybil's friends, Mapofu. And then so we ran around. I helped Mafu take some pictures as well. So we got pictures with I got a picture with Tim, the Bite Ramen CEO, and then as well as where's the picture with? I guess I posted it on Twitter. And I also got to meet Yongyi. So I met Yongyi pretty early on in the combat. I chatted with her a couple times, but I got a picture with Yongyi. She's super sweet and lovely. Really great VTuber. And then also on Saturday, there just so happened to be that Megalodon, I didn't realize this, but right across from Bite Ramen's booth, Megalodon BT was doing a meet and greet. And so I saw Megalodon's standee. And so I'm like, oh, Mega. And I took a picture of it. Not realizing that Mega was right there. So I look up. Yeah, no, it was pretty busy. Oh yeah, so Saturday night I met, this was later on though. But yeah, so I look up Megalodon BT. So Mega just so happens to be there. I'm like, oh, Mega. I look up and she was saying, she's like, oh yeah. Because she heard me say her name. Oh, so I bought stuff while I was running around too. So I bought a Sayu figure. Oh, that's up there. I'll show that up in a little bit. So I so happened to run into Mega because I saw her standee of all things, which I was not expecting. So I'm like, oh, I'll take a picture of standee because that's kind of fun. I saw a standee there. Yeah, Mega just so happened to be standing right there. Was not expecting that at all. So met Mega briefly. That was super cool. So after that, we went back to the party floor on Saturday. Still ran around Artist Alley. Saw some really cool stuff. Like there was some really cool artists that had really incredible stuff there. I took a lot of pictures with like the standees. Oh, wait, I forgot about this. Offkai Live was Saturday. So let me send this. Oh, actually, no, I have this video on my... Okay, let me pause the music because this is wild. I don't know why. So there was what was the Offkai Live, the Black Market Maid Cafe is what they called it. So while we were waiting for everyone to show up, so I happened to go over to the hotel because it was the hotel one of our friends was staying in. I don't know why. Oh, my screen is covered. Oh, my hand cam's been covering it this whole time. Let me pull this back up. So yeah, met Megalodon VT. I took a picture with her. Where is this? Okay, met Megalodon VT. I so happened to, let me pull this up real quick because before I forget. Saw a picture of her standee. Anyway, I don't know how long my hand cam's been up. I don't know. I think I showed this with Barrett. Oh yeah, no, I did. Okay, but yeah, so saw Mega's cardboard cutout. Mega so happened to be there. Super cool. But yeah, so later that day was what was known as the Black Market Maid Cafe. It was in a hotel. For some reason, the alarm started going off. I don't know why, But so what the Black Market Maid Cafe was essentially was, so they were restreaming Offkai Live because the Offkai Live line was insane. Rhea happened to get into Offkai Live. Let's see, Black Market Maid Cafe, Offkai. Was it this person who hosted it? Where was it? Wait, did they retweet it? Let's see, Black Market Offkai. Twitter. Let's see. Here, let me pull up my hand camera quick while I look for this. Yeah, so no, this is a really crazy thing. So we were gonna go watch we were just gonna watch Offkai Live here because like, oh, they're doing a party at this one hotel. It wasn't like the party floor on the 4th floor. So the 4th floor of the Marriott is linked to the San Jose Convention Center. And so that one, they rented off the whole floor for different parties, and each room was a different theme. They had to have like an open door policy. They would like ID people too. They wrapped the floors with plastic to make sure nothing would get spilled. Super well planned out, super well thought out. But on one of the other floors, they were doing what was called, let me see if I can find a picture of this. Okay, not this. Let's see, I think we posted it in our group chat. Black Market. Oh, here we go. Okay, this person was the one who pulled it up. So let me pull up one of their earlier tweets. So, I mean, it looked legitimate, but it was really sketchy. So it was in one of the other hotels. Here we go. Yeah, so the Signia Hotel. They had a line in the hall. And so like, okay, we managed to get in. It was just a normal hotel room that they happened to just kind of line up, section off. And so while we were there, it felt really weird. It's kind of sketchy, but it wasn't, oh, Krim, hey, it's so good to see you. But they didn't have it set up like the other place. Yeah, no. Yeah, like they were passing out drink covers and stuff, but it was just like a normal hotel room, like at least with the 4th floor in the Marriott. They like moved all the furniture up out of the way. They plastic wrapped the floors. The whole floor was rented out. In the Signia Hotel, they didn't get it pre-approved with the hotel before, it turns out. Oh, interesting. Oh, wait, people were saying that they were the maids from the Maid Cafe. It looks like they weren't. Oh, that's even more. But yeah, no, it was really weird vibes. So we decided to leave. So it was Civil, Show You, Noah. I think that was it, because we were waiting for Win and Crusoe to show up, but we decided to leave because it was really, really weird vibes. And so we decided to leave. And as we were leaving, the manager of the hotel came to shut it down because the neighboring rooms were complaining about the noise. So it was not sanctioned at all. Super sketchy. But so we went back to the 4th floor. We went back to, so Bird Club wasn't open that night, but the Blue Star room was open that night. So went to the Blue Star room. This is one of the drinks that I got. So Blue Star room was, Dingus Dog was the bartender there. Super, super chill guy. It was on the balcony. It was super pretty view. That lighting wasn't as good for that picture. So for each day they had drinks themed after different, let me pull this up. Oh, whoops. They had drinks themed after different VTubers, agencies. So on the second night, it was, let's see, Blue Star room. Here we go. I think this is oh, here we go. Yes. So they had the first night, and I think they had like little concerts held in that room as well. And it was sponsored by Irium, at least for the first. I think the floor was sponsored by Irium in the room, but SVP themselves, I think, did the second night. They had different menus based off of the different VTubers for the agency. So like Full Heal Potion, Idle Sparkle. It was really, really, really busy the first night, so we ended up leaving early. But the second night we ended up getting in. So I tried the Your Clarity and the strawberry flavor. Those were really, really good. And it was really cool because they would, like, a lot of the rooms too would do like Y2K and many of the others, and like this one, they would do, if people wanted non-alcoholic ones, they do non-alcoholic versions of their drinks, or they have a non-alcoholic menu, which is super cool, which I think was for people who didn't drink, because there's like a lot of people who didn't as well. But they would had like drink covers. They had a hydration room, which is super cool, so people could get water. They had a Gatorade mix. They had Vite Ramen gave the hydration room some of their Nano Boost mix, which is an electrolyte mineral mix, which is super cool. And the hydration room was also a place that was a little less busy, where people could sit down, just really chill. The guy hosting the room was super sweet. So we did that for the rest of Saturday. I got to meet, while we were there, Tobin Jacobs. So Tobin is the one who does the giant VTuber cutouts. He's got the VTuber mansion. Super, super cool dude. Super nice. But yeah, so he's the one who did the giant Made Mint cutout. He's done ones for a bunch of other VTubers. Like he does a bunch of just like life-size ones out of paper. So got to meet and chat with him. That was super cool. After that, trying to think of what we did, because a lot of it was just like running around. We went and got In-N-Out with Rhea. Rhea had never had In-N-Out before, so we decided to go get In-N-Out with, it was Civil, Rhea, Win, and I, and Crusoe. So that was super good. We got In-N-Out, and then we went back to our hotels. Actually, wait, no. We actually, oh, that's right. We went, and so Syntheon had a DJ set, and actually I recorded part of it. That was super fun. So they were doing DJ kind of music sets the whole night, but we ended up not staying for the whole thing. I think this is it. Let me pull this off to this. Oh, what? Because I accidentally flipped the camera around on that one. There we go. So this, we ended up just making it for Syntheon set. That was super cool. That was a blast. But Win wasn't feeling good. She was sick from drinking. So we ended up just staying for part of it, but it ended up working out okay. So we ended up leaving after that, after Syntheon set. There was one other artist after Syntheon, so we ended up not making it to the DJs before because we wanted to get dinner, and it was going on kind of after the parties, and so there was Offkai live. So during the parties, so we were in the Blue Star room. They were restreaming Offkai live. Rhea was at the Offkai live. I don't remember if any of our other friends were at Offkai live, just because it was so busy. And then they also did other events like later that night. So they had, so Offkai live, they had like these tickets that they were doing. Oh, let me pull this up. So they ended up giving these out. But Stellarverse was doing their own kind of performance, I think later as well. I didn't end up making to this one, unfortunately, which I wish I could have, but that's okay. So they ended up doing it in that room. But they hosted, so they restreamed Offkai live, and then so after we did that, we went and just got food. Trying to think of what. So after we got food, after we did the DJ stuff, we went back for the night. Went back the next morning for Sunday. So Sunday there was so Perindigo was doing a meetup that wanted to go to. So we ended up checking out. So we're running a little bit behind, just because I ended up having to check out for my hotel, and then the ones I was getting rides with were checking out. So met Perry, met Crystalia again at Perry's meetup. Got a picture with them later. They're both super sweet and super lovely people. Incredible creators as well. So got to meet them. And then there was the keyboard meetup after that. This little keyboard, this is one of my favorite little keyboards that was there, but it is really annoying to type on. So on purpose, the person who made this made it as kind of annoying as possible. Originally, it wasn't going to be Bijou themed, but they decided, oh, this kind of works out perfect because the shape and the size, and it's small. So the tab key is W. The L key is the enter ISO key. The FN key restarts the typing test. It is really hard because you don't have so most keyboards have like little nubs on F and J. It didn't have those at all. So it was really easy to kind of just have your hands drift and lose track of where things were at. But there was a lot of really cool keyboards there. I ended up getting 66 words a minute on that one, which I was pretty impressed with myself with. See, I have some more pictures of some of the keyboards that were there. There's some really cool keyboards there. So like that, these were official Vispo ones that you could buy. They had Barrett's keyboard was there, the one that he made for Made Mint. I think I didn't get a great picture of it, but this is the Made Mint keyboard that Barrett did. That one was a super cool one. Some like ergonomic keyboards, some normal styled keyboards. So that was really fun to go to that for a while. After that, we ended up wandering around for a little bit, and then we did a group photo. So we went up with one of the other ones that was in our group was Rio. So Rio's right here. And then, so that's how I got to meet Kuma Q, who's in chat. Kuma's amazing. I've got to meet a lot of like their whole friend group. But Apple has something. So with their AirDrop NFC, you hold your phone up to another phone, it'll try to airdrop your contact. So our phones kept trying to dox each other. And so that was wild. Noah has a clip of it. And so we would scream and freak out because we'd get our phones together for the photo and we have to hurry and pull them away because our phones were trying to airdrop to each other our contacts. Luckily with mine, I have 2 phones. So it didn't do it for me, but a bunch of people, their phones were trying to dox each other. But we got a lot of really good laughs and memories out of that. So I got to meet everyone from this group. All incredible people. Love them all to death. Super, super kind, sweet people. That was the next day. So we got, so everyone that in the group initially, going into Offkai, so I got to talk to and kind of meet initially Rio, Rhea. So I knew Win, Crusoe, Noah, Civil, Shoyu. I hope I'm not forgetting anybody. I believe that's it. And so we would kind of like all come together and then leave. So like hot pot on the first night on Thursday, we all got together. I think, who was it? Laura, and then Laura as well. Laura couldn't make it to hot pot. I don't think. No, because to show you, no, did Laura make it to hot pot? I don't remember now. No, okay, Rio made it later to hot pot. Right, Laura couldn't make it to hot pot. But we got Korean barbecue. That was okay. So this would have been Sunday. So Sunday we did this. After that, the con was kind of wrapping up at that point. So just kind of hung out with friends, got pictures. We ended up running and getting lunch just to get a small bite to eat. So I got this from one of the local restaurants in the area. It was Okonomiyaki Fugetsu. So got a drink and then got that there. That was super good. Later that night, we got Korean barbecue. They were just kind of like a little mini meetup that went on. So it was Crystal's idea for me to take like a nurture-esque photo of like me touching grass at Offkai. As we were running around, oh wait, this was wild. Like, I've got to show this. One of the booths that they had set up, they had a VTuber graduation table. So in loving memory of these VTubers who graduated, I didn't take a picture of the full thing. I wish I would have. So it was Sunday as well. So Sunday we ran into Finny through her bot. We ran into Kai. I got to meet this VTuber, Hyokilo. Actually, let me show this one. So I got to run into her, met her briefly. So that was super cool. Chatted with her. I met Finny. We met, so Kai, I think, and Kai and Rain. We met through the robots as well on Sunday. And it's just kind of hanging around the con until it ended. And after that, we went and got, so we did one last group photo with everyone. Because Rhea had been running around when we got this photo. So we did one with like some of our smaller group. So there's Rhea, Shoyu, Noah, Civil, me, Crusoe, and Win. And so that was kind of fun. Just last hurrah photos. We're chatting. And we went and got KBBQ after that. And we kind of wandered around in the area while we were on the waiting list for KBBQ. After KBBQ, we went and Laura was doing a birthday party thing at round 1. So we went to round 1, hung out. And so I had to get an Uber from round 1. Oh, I guess I got Lyft from round 1 out to SFO. So initially I would have been flying back because I was dumb. It's like, oh yeah, I'll fly back Sunday, which would have been in the middle of the day. Cause like, oh, Offkai will be over, but I didn't really occur. Oh, I'll have to get to the airport by like 3 o'clock to make sure that I'm there to leave on time. And I would have had to leave in the middle of the day. So I ended up booking another ticket because I was dumb and I bought the cheapest ticket, which doesn't let you rebook. But lesson learned, I learned from that because this was my first time flying out all by myself. And like, I think I've only taken flights a couple times in my life. But it was a really good learning experience. They had a thing that people were signing. Overall though, it was a fantastic experience. So flew home. So I ended up staying that night at the airport. I ended up getting to the airport at like 11:30 or 11:45 just to make sure that I would make it in time for my flight. Cause otherwise I didn't want to have to book another hotel night. Cause I ended up buying another flight back. And that's why I ended up having to go to SFO instead of SJC. So this was the sunrise in the morning. I took a nap in the airport for like 2 hours. Ended up napping at the wrong terminal. not the at the wrong gate, but luckily it ended up working out. I got there like 10 minutes before they started boarding my zone. Trying to think. Other than that, yeah. So I had KBBQ. That was phenomenal, and then flew home, landed home, and then that was mainly my Offkai experience. It was. I know there's stuff I'm forgetting. Let me see. There's stuff with the notes. Let me pull up my notes real quick. Yeah, so I met Barrett. I got to meet. Oh yeah, I met Ayami very briefly. That was super fun. The Utaite meetup was incredible. Met a lot of really incredible Utaites. So I've been, I guess not as narrow, but I have been part of the Utaite scene in the past before. But everything I released was garbage. So I'm going to releasing covers again, and that's one of my goals of like into this next year is like start doing more covers, start doing a lot more streaming. That's one of the things I really, really want to work on. But I met a lot of really cool people through the Utaite meetup, and that was a really good networking opportunity, I'd say. Yeah, so there's a lot of like really incredible cosplayers. There's a lot of really just fun events. I wish I would have gone to more of the panels. I think that's one of the things I wish I would have done differently, because I did just a lot of like hanging out, and I don't regret, because I was hanging out with friends. I do wish I would have gone to at least a handful of more panels. Some of them did fill up pretty quick, so that's one of the things I'm not sure if I want to get double rainbow next year. It is a lot more money, but I might just like donate plasma to do it. But yeah, so we went to round one. Yeah, so just like there's a ton of standees. I think I posted most of these pictures, but just I took a ton of photos with the standees. I didn't post all the pictures I took with standees or all the standees I took photos of, because I wanted to look up a lot of the VTubers. Super fun. I had just an absolute blast at Offkai. Got a lot of really cool like ribbons, gifts. So I ended up finishing with 72 ribbons. It's missing one in the last photo. I ended up layering my ribbons just so that way there'd be enough room for all of them. So that's one of the things that they do at Offkai is people will hand out ribbons, and some of them they'll give out at booths and things like that as well. And so I got a ton of ribbons. Let me grab this real quick. Actually, I need a cough drop as well. My voice is still recovering. Here we go. Let me grab. I'm going to be showing off the merch I got too. So let me grab a light so we can see better. Oh, I forgot to turn the music back on. I am very out of practice with streaming. Okay, I'll start this over. Here we go. Okay. So, as you can see, let me turn on the light. So these are all the ribbons that I got from Offkai. This is one of the ones that they just give out. Yeah, no, I get you, baby. But you're still you're really good at streaming still. Yeah, so I got, here we go. I ended up having, so Perry's was one of the last ones that I actually got. I got on Sunday, but I wanted to put it on the front. Otherwise, for the most part, it's kind of in order that I got them, but some of them it's not quite. Like I got a good grade in Twitch chat. So it's just like a bunch of different ones from different VTubers or brands. Elgato ended up giving out 3 different ones. I didn't make it for getting their last one. Much from Kawa Entertainment. This was from SVP. I got Isekai, and all I got was this lousy ribbon. That one's kind of a fun one. This is the Yippee ribbon that I sent a picture of to you, Bebe. Let's see. Aegis Link. So it's just like a bunch of different ones for VTubers, different agencies. Some from indies. These ones are really cool. So these are let's see if I can get a good picture of these on stream. So these are canvas, which none of the other ones are, but there was someone who was experimenting printing on canvas, and these are from the Ash Again music video for Gargura. These ones are super cool. So I got all those. Some Kiara themed ones. Someone who's collecting a ton of ribbons. I put that on wrong. Crap. I don't know if I can get that on. I am worried too. Okay, no, I can repeal that. Okay, good. I'm going to restick that real quick because that was a terrible placement job. Why me? There's a K9 Curl ribbon because there was a K9 Curl meetup. There was a Michi Mochivi one as well, but that one ran out really fast. I ended up meeting up at the end of the Canine Curl meetup, and they were also just giving out like a ton of Indomie for some reason. Like they had boxes and like massive boxes of Indomie, and they're like, "Oh, do you want just like a ton of Indomie? Just like take a whole box, which is like 100 Indomie." And I'm like, I've got nowhere to put this. I didn't drive out to Offkai. I flew, so I ended up taking a couple just to give out to like Civil and a couple other people. The Where's the Lube is a keyboard switch one, and then these are the last couple. So there was this one. My Kamiyoshi didn't get a graduation, which is Magni Desmond, Magni Desmond. I can't remember the other one's name, and then Ike Eveland. Yeah, so that's what I ended up doing with my badge, because I didn't want this chain to be way too long. And that was kind of fun. Some of the stuff that I bought, I ended up buying. So Sayu was selling. They were selling Sayu's figurine at Offkai. It's something that I could have bought online, but I wanted to save on shipping because I'm like, well, if I'm gonna buy it, I might as well buy it now. So that one's just kind of stuff that I bought. I bought some keychains as well. So this one I already had, the Wabu keychain, but I bought this Made Mint one that was kind of cute. There's a Mume one. There's some other Mume keychains as well, but this is one of the ones that I liked most. I decided to get a Mume one because I don't know if Mume merch is going to be sold again in the future, so I kind of wanted to get some Mume merch while I could. So there's this little cute Mume keychain. I bought this one from SVP. This is one of the official ones, and this is super high quality. I'm very impressed. Like I bought keychains from other like official brands that aren't this nice, or even that cost like twice as much as this did, and this is very, very high quality. So I was super excited about that one. Then I bought a little Limalicious one, Limu. This is the bag that I carried around Offkai for giving stuff out and like all my chargers and everything. I want to get a cork board. I probably won't keep all those keychains on my bag. I got this for free. This is the Tokaku, so the little Tokaku keychain I bought, and then I got this for free. Trying to think of what else I got. So I ended up, there's a bunch of people too. We met the artist who does all the V card, Civil and I. The artist who does all the V card art for Gamer Sups. So he ended up giving us a bunch of cards. I just picked out a couple of the ones that I wanted. I gave the rest to Civil and Rhea because it was a massive box of like just commons and he didn't want them. So I just picked out like Buff Pup, Amelie. There was a Bow one, and then just some of the ones for Limalicious. This little one for Megalodon. So, and then I got this from a fan on the first day, Offkai fan, VTuber fan, but because I gave him one of the little 3D prints, he gave me this. So I don't know if I'm going to open this or not. I'm tempted, but because it's got Cinder on the package, I don't know if I should. I mean, I don't necessarily want to make a profit off of it, but it could be worth something some point. So I'm holding off. I got this from Barrett, obviously. I don't know. Okay, no, it doesn't shine through. But this is super cool. This is like resin coaster. Some of the stuff that they were giving out at Offkai, they had like these Offkai card pack things. I ended up getting this from a Syntheon fan, and then later it was after I got this from a Syntheon fan, because he had a bunch of them and that he traded for, and because I can't remember why, but so he ended up giving one of these. I ended up getting a pack later because I completed a challenge at Offkai or whatever, and then I got another pack, or I did like a stamp rally thing. But yeah, so then these are some of the different cards in there. And then there's a table where people are just like giving out Pokemon cards you could trade or take. So I just got a couple different Pokemon cards. There wasn't a ton that I wanted. Like I got the Eevee and then the Dolphin. I can't remember this Dolphin's Pokemon's name, but I really like these Pokemon, so I got those ones. Civil gave me, I need to open these still, Link Click cards. So probably open those at a later point. But those are super fun, super cute. From Win, which I love all these. So these are Win Terra. She's a friend of mine, and she's the one that like one of the main Offkai group ones. So these are different art prints that she did. She had some really cute art. So this is the ones that we sliced up and printed on Thursday. So yeah, lots of really cute prints. So I got art prints from her. As well, so from Perindigo, because this is from her meetup on Sunday, some stickers from her. She was just telling us to take a bunch. One of the things, okay, one of my favorite things that I got was, I mean, there's so many things that I love that I got, like, but, so Perindigo did a shikishi. So she hand drew, she made 5, but 1 got ruined by TSA. But I got one of the 4. It was super sweet because so she ended up saving me one because I kept trying to run into her everywhere and find her. Because she would say like kind of where she was at around the con, and then she had like pictures posted of her outfit. I mean, because I wanted to give her the indie print and then also the one of Rin from Arknights because that's her favorite character. But I wanted to give her this indie print that I made, and I kept running into her friends, but not her. It's like because I ran into Castalia and she's friends with several as well, and so so she gave me this on Sunday, which I love so much. I'm like, I love so much of the stuff I got. I think some of my favorite things I got were like the prints from Win, this from Perry, the gifts from Civil were super sweet, this from Barrett. I think like some of the stuff that I bought is cool, but some of the gifts that I got is just like some of the coolest things. And so Barrett, this isn't so much like, so these were ones that he gave out to like a bunch of people. I don't know how many he ended up having total. So that's super cool. Ended up loving that. These are just different things that they were handing out for some of the different events. So those are super cool. Elgato was giving out pins. Like I ended up with 2 of those because from 2 different days. Someone at Offkai, I gave him a Mint Phantom. He makes these like little resin cast block things. I'm not quite sure what it is, but it's got a little wisp in it. So that's kind of fun. I met Aqua Plus at the in the atrium on Sunday. So I got a pin from Aqua Plus. A lot of the other stuff that I just got was stickers and business cards. I believe that's it. Other than like little stuff like this from Boost, like I got like some bags. Aegis Link was giving out fans. I got that. I got a microfiber cloth from Aegis Link. I got the Triggerfish one. I had used it to clean my monitor, but then it got really dirty. So I'm just going to use this to clean my glasses from now on because it's a really nice cloth. But when I wiped down my monitor with it, it got black. And so I'm going to use a different microfiber cloth I've got for my monitors, but I will use this for my glasses from now on. And other than that, it's just things like business cards. I got an Offkai passport signature book the last day. So I didn't really think to have people sign it. And also it was kind of late at that point because by the point I had met people. There's some stuff that I collected too. Actually, not all these are from VTubers I met, but most were VTubers, content creators. It's like just different like prints of VTubers that I want to check out. 3M was giving out like a giant bag. That's in my closet. I don't feel like pulling it out, but it's massive. This is from the Michi Moshivi meetup and Kanan Kuro. That was the card that one of the booths was giving out. That sticker, I don't remember what booth that sticker came from. I think it was one of like the little event ones. And then other than that, it's just like a bunch of business cards. I'll show off some of the stickers that I got because like, there's some really, really cute stickers. This is Zal's one of the ones I met through Bird Club and the Taite meetup. Super cool. So I guess I can just kind of go through these real quick, just kind of show them off. There's a lot of really cute and fun business cards. I really need to get a business card. So next year for sure, I'm going to have business cards of some fashion. Although I have an idea for what I want to do for my business card. I'm not going to say what it is yet, but a lot of people, I'll just leave it at this. Like, so some people's business cards are verticals, a lot are horizontal. I have one that's square. I think there's like 2 others that I know of that were square. Oh yeah. So Mayok was the Usong cosplayer, and they had really cute, like really nice business card. And they gave a sticker out too. That was some of the ones from there's a couple from the keyboard meetup. That's from Barrett. Oh, that's right. I ran into Corey. So on the iPad, first day, Friday, we ran into Corey, and then she had these little like business cards with a little sticker to give out. So Kagu P is the only square business card I have. I think there's like 1 or 2 other people who had square business cards. I think Perry had a square business card. Not very many people had square business cards though. Another one for Zal, Kanalia, Kiame. I think, okay, after this should be the stickers, I think. So I want to get a sticker book. this is one of the ones from Mayok, Laura, Rhea, Vampirate, Win. I really need to like do stickers and stuff. Ida, another one from Laura. This was on the giveaway table. Oh, I got a bunch of I forgot about those. What are they called? I got some Fulgur keychain, Fulgur, Albinox, Raymu, and yeah, it's Kuma's. I love your stickers. So this is this is such a cute one. I love this so much. So because of like, especially like stickers like this, like they're so cute that like I need to get a sticker book now because I don't want to just like leave them in a Ziploc bag forever. So I need to get something to store them in. Yeah, like there's so many cute ones. Man, like this is wait, Kuma, did you like I forgot to ask before, did you draw your sticker yourself? Yeah, I never had a sticker book before, so it's something I definitely want to get. Oh my, your art style is so freaking cute. I love your art style so much. Like this, I love kind of like the pastel, like chibi, but like detailed art style so much. Like it's so good. Yeah, so let's see. There's the other stickers that I got. I don't remember who some of these people are. I feel so bad. Another one that's one of Rio's. This is one of the ones from the keyboard meetup. Yeah, so that's all I think that should be all the stickers I've got. And then these are other business cards that I just happened to pick up. This is something that I think SVP was giving out. This is one of the ones from one of the booths I went to. And then this is just like some different VTuber ones from like whether it was from the keyboard meetup or elsewhere that I'm like some of these creators I want to just look up or artists. But yeah, so that's largely what I got from Offkai. I don't think I'm forgetting it. Yeah, no, I think that should be it. But yeah, no, I definitely need to get a sticker book, and I want to get a sticker book and a business card book so I can keep everything nice. Because there's just so much good stuff. And so like I want to keep everything nice, and I don't want it to get damaged, but I don't want to keep it in a Ziploc bag forever because I don't like wasting stickers, if that makes sense. Like it feels like if I'm going to stick it on something that I could end up throwing out down the road, I'm like, well, that's a waste of a sticker because I've either got to keep that object forever, or if that thing gets damaged or ruined, the sticker will wear out. Let's see, I think if I should layer it like this, then everything should be protected. Yeah, so let's see, I'm going to actually layer this so it protects the stickers, and I'll stick the business cards in front. Yeah, so I'm planning on getting a sticker book and then probably a business card book, just so that way I have a better way to collect everything. But that's largely my Offkai experience. And overall, though, I think it was definitely worth going. I'm super glad I did. I almost didn't, to be completely honest. Oh, I realized when I was talking about Perry's thing that I forgot to show this. Yeah, so this is what I ended up giving Perry. That and the Lin Arknights print. This one in the top right. I had another Lin print that I did, but it didn't turn out as good as the others because I printed it in gray, which doesn't work as well for lithothanes. That was my first like kind of test print, and I ended up giving that to someone else at the Utaite meetup who actually liked Lin as well, so it worked out. But yeah, no, so it was definitely worth going in my opinion, and I'm so glad I did. I definitely am planning on going back next year, but there's definitely some things that I want to like kind of prepare for differently. And in the year to come, I want to do a lot more stuff with like covers. I want to stream a lot more. Now that things are kind of under control, I don't know how things are going to go with me with school because I'm in my last 2 semesters of uni, but I think I should still be able to make streaming work if I just do at least like 2 to 3 times a week. So that's kind of my goal, is to stream 2 to 3 times a week. I want to get more back into content creation. I want to do a lot more covers. I want to do just a lot more with stuff in general, and then go from there. Once you're in the mines, once you're free, you can be silly on main. Bebe, I'm looking forward to you being silly on main. That's going to be such a great, awesome time. And that's you'll be unstoppable once you have free reign. But yeah, no. So I think I'm definitely looking forward to Offkai next year. I'm definitely planning on going again. I don't know if I'll do. I'm super tempted to do double rainbow badge, even though it's so expensive. But I do want to go to a lot more panels. I do want to go to. We are silly on main together. Yeah, true. That's so true. Yeah, no, there's definitely a lot of things that I'm definitely looking forward to Offkai again next year. Some things that I want to like kind of plan out in advance better. I kind of know what works, what doesn't. Like this year I drug around my camera, which and like some of the photos that I had online. I guess I can finish like checking through the pictures I posted. So like you can see in this picture here, like I've got my camera, which I got some really good pictures with that, but it was a pain in the butt to drag around. So I only drug it around the first day. And after that, I'm like, I'm not doing this anymore. So probably next year, I won't bring around my big camera. I'll probably just bring around like my little video camera that I did again this year. Yeah, so, oh yeah, I forgot to talk about this. So I ran into like Nahi, Taro, Ida. So I ran into them initially at Bird Club, but then I ran into them again at the VTuber meetup, and I ran into them again like one other time at the con. So that was super fun. Trying to think of what else. But no, I think that's mainly it, honestly. It was just such a fantastic experience. Like I honestly recommend to like anyone, if they're a VTuber fan, I think there's a lot of really cool things to do. I'd say it makes it even better if you have a group to go with. But if you're a VTuber fan, if you're a content creator and or VTuber yourself, I think it's honestly just such a worthwhile experience. And I think too, from what I've heard from friends, like it's just gotten better and better as the years have gone on. So I definitely think it's worth going. But no, so that's my experiences. I've rambled a lot. I don't really have anything else to say, I guess. But yeah, so that's largely it. Let me see. Oh, for real though. Like, I can't imagine like if someone just went without any clue what a VTuber is, that would be so wild, but that would be kind of funny, to be completely honest. So, but yeah, so let me see. I'm trying to think. I think honestly with that though, let's see how long have I been. Okay, I've been live for almost 2 hours, so I'll probably wrap up. Let me see who's live that we could raid. But yeah, no, thank you so much for everyone for showing up today. I think I'm going to stream again later this week. I'm not going to be able to get a schedule set in stone yet, but I'm going to work on one. Thank you. Yeah, definitely. And thank you so much for coming. It was a blast. I'm kind of leaning towards, I don't know for sure what I'll do, but I'm kind of thinking maybe like Tuesdays, Thursdays, Saturdays, or Sundays for streaming. But we'll see. But I kind of like Tuesdays, Thursdays, so we'll see how that goes. I definitely want to have at least 2 to 3 days a week. That's like, okay, these are the days I'll stream. And these, yeah, I'm going to be coming back. Like this is a must for me. Like, I think especially after Offkai, I've been so motivated to get back into content creation. And actually it's really interesting too, is like after Offkai, I haven't been watching as much YouTube. I kind of lost interest. And like, not that I'm not interested in YouTube at all. And I still enjoy YouTube. And especially too, because I want to create YouTube videos and content as well. I don't quite know what I want to outside of YouTubing, and I don't quite know what I want to do with that yet. But I'm going to figure it out. So I definitely plan to get back into streaming a lot more, content creation a lot more. There's a lot more that I want to do. I have a lot of plans in the works. So yeah, let me see who am I following who's live. Yeah, no, so they're definitely expect to see a lot more of me around. It might take a little bit to kind of get into the swing of things. There's a lot of stuff I want to redo with like my overlays. A lot of things I have planned out in the works, but I'm going to get it figured out. So, but yeah, but thank you again for everyone so much for watching. I had a really fun time talking about Offkai. It was great to stream again, even though it's been over a year since I've streamed last. But yeah, no, I think now that a lot of things are under control kind of more, and I've got a lot of things figured out and sorted out, I should be able to start streaming a lot more. So I definitely plan to from now on. Let's see, who do I know who's live? A lot of people are live, but a lot of them are also bigger than I am, so I don't want to rate them. Let's see, I think, who went live just a little bit ago? Yeah, so probably, I don't know if I'll stream tomorrow. I might just, if I feel like playing a game, I might. But if not, probably expect a stream from me on Tuesday. I will plan something out, and if I schedule it out, then I'll announce it a little further in advance, rather than, hey, I'm streaming later tonight, and hey, I'm live. So, let's see. Okay, actually, awesome. Let's see, let me check my, Let me check my notice real quick. Nope, not them. They already went offline. Actually, yeah, we'll rate Slim. Slim is one of the ones that I met at Offkai. Slim is super cool. Let's see, where are they? Actually, this one here. So we're gonna rate So Slim. Slim is great. Raid. So, how do I do this? I have not had to do this in a long time. Wait, do I just? Well, I guess I can just copy this. But yeah, again, thank you so much everyone for coming. I had a really fun time. It was really good to do this again. I'm definitely going to be getting back into this a lot more. I expect to see a lot more posts from me online. I need to get better about learning how to post on Twitter. I don't quite know what to do yet, but I will be streaming more. I plan to. I'm going to be doing a lot more streaming, a lot more song covers. Throw a meme. True. Yeah. So I have some ideas for some things that I want to post that I won't quite say what it is yet because I need to put some work into getting them done. That should be easier. But yeah, otherwise, that should be it for tonight. Thank you everyone so much for watching. We are going to raid So Slim. Yeah, so we are going to be heading out, but thank you again so much for everyone for being here. And I will catch you all next time. Okay, we're going to be raiding now, but thank you so much again, everyone. I'll probably talk to you either tomorrow if I have some time and feel like raiding, streaming. If not, I'll see you Tuesday. Take care. And raid.